My name is Christina Kohler-Coluccia. I'm the head of business advisory at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. And in today's episode, we are going to be looking at cross-border e-commerce. Can I ship my products to China? And if yes, how? Let's start off with the basic question of what is cross-border e-commerce in China? So the current cross-border e-commerce regime, initially launched in 2014, permits overseas sellers to sell consumer goods directly to Chinese consumers through certain registered e-commerce platforms. The qualifying products can be imported into China on an expedited basis at reduced import tax rates as compared to the goods imported through the ordinary import channel. The products are either shipped from overseas or stored in a bonded warehouse in China. Aside from the benefits that have already been made available and will continue to apply, the cross-border e-commerce regulations issued on January 1st, 2019, created certain new benefits to strengthen the incentives to purchase through the cross-border e-commerce channel. It is important to note that a core part of the cross-border e-commerce business model is that the platforms are connected with the Chinese customs. This is needed for orders to be registered and tracked digitally. Before the package can be sent, the Chinese customs need information about the following: the shipment, the payment, and the order. A question many people ask is also whether you need to register with the CIQ, which is the China Inspection Quarantine Bureau, when shipping cross-border. The answer is that it depends. With the B2C direct shipping model and bonded warehouse model, your goods need CIQ clearance. The personal parcel route, for example, China Post or Royal Mail, and EMS do not need the CIQ clearance. Now, why did these 2019 regulations come about? Looking back just some years ago, the Chinese e-commerce market was not as mature, and buyers often turned to gray sales channels like Daigou, often buying products smuggled into China. The Chinese government could hardly track all the goods that entered China at the same time, as it lost a lot of tax revenue. The smuggling and imports through the gray channels still exist. Therefore, the new regulations as of 2019 are trying to control these gray sales channels. The positive list on cross-border e-commerce of imported commodities at retail was first released in 2016 by 11 China government departments, including 1,142 different commodity categories. A supplementary positive list was promulgated at the end of 2016, adding 151 more commodity categories. The list was updated again in 2018 and has been updated ever since. The current benefits, if your product is on the positive list, is that your product will enjoy a preferential tax rate, including a 30% reduction on VAT, as long as the transactional value does not exceed 5,000 RMB per transaction or 26,000 RMB per year. You can import listed products into China by either the bonded zone model or the direct shipping model without applying for an import license or other import certificates. When entering the bonded zone, the customs clearance form of online bonded commodities will be checked in accordance with the traditional commodities, and it will be exempted when leaving the bonded zone. The positive list required special registration, special licenses, or filings under PRC law for first-time imported cosmetics, baby formula, medical equipment, special food products. But this registration requirement has been postponed several times, and since 2019 has been indefinitely postponed. Now, if your product does not fall within the positive list, don't worry, because your products can still be shipped directly from overseas to China via the postal or courier mode. Keep in mind that by adapting to postal and courier models, you may expect higher tax rates and more time on customs clearance and other procedures. Now, with the rise of Alipay and WeChat payment, there are now two clear alternatives: Alipay cross-border and WeChat payment cross-border. During the customs clearance procedure, the importer will have to complete the following formalities: customs registration, commodity inspection, customs declaration, document submission, examination of that shipment, and payment of taxes and other fees. Then they will release the goods, and then there will be a foreign exchange control. Now, in order for the customs to be cleared, the vendor also has to provide the personal information of the buyer, which includes the legal name and the Chinese ID number. Most companies will leverage the help of third-party logistics providers in order to ship their products to China. The logistics provider will handle the customs clearance procedure and help to pay the appropriate taxes when shipping your products to China. So they will kind of handle the full outsourcing solution. Now, we are going to look at part 2, which looks at the various cross-border e-commerce business models. We've broken that down into the bonded zone and the drop shipping. So stay tuned for those 2 additional Solving Your China Business Pain Point episodes. Now, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope it gives you a starting point on how you can do cross-border e-commerce and ultimately whether your product falls under that positive list category. If you do have any questions, we are providing you a link to our diary where you can set up a free 15-minute call, and we will see if we can be of any assistance to you. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please do press that like button. Please share it. Our objective, our mission is to help as many entrepreneurs, leaders succeed in the Chinese market and try to avoid as many of the most common obstacles as possible. And if you would like to learn more about what we do at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors, head on over to our website, woodburnglobal.com. You'll have a full service listing. In addition to that, you will find additional resources in the form of short articles, ebooks, podcast links. So please do explore our website to find that information. We look forward to seeing you again in our future episodes. Take care and goodbye.